right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's going to run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's go.
Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down to score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Hey, Charlie. Here.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike, 56.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Buck.
56, the muck, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Hey, Red 5-2, on here.
Come on, D.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? Right? We know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
A big play there for Philly. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Exit. Exit. Shift. Watch the shift.
A quick pass out to Aguilar. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
At the Chiefs' 9-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz, screen pass to Sproles. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Chiefs nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Wentz now on first down. It's caught by Aguilar. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Wentz going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Wentz now to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Eye down these two. Eye down these two. I got one lane.
Watch out, watch out. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Yellow.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Taking it about the 16. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You just feel